Hey YouTube, Ixelan here, bringing another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This is an OU match against Icymizu, or Icy Water, if you want to translate it from Japanese. Mizu meaning water in Japanese. Anyways, this is from SMP's 60+ hour stream, and there's a lot of hacks in this battle, but I still thought it was fun, and I brought out my old OU team that I haven't used in a while, and I like them, so whatever. So he's going to lead off with Machamp, which I predict, and I go into Lesson because I'm like, there's nothing you can do about it, and I can just Will-O-Wisp your no-guard, and blah, blah, blah. And he Thunder Punches, and I was like, I didn't see that shit coming. But hacks number 1, Cursed Body. I'm like, yes. Alright, now I can recover and be completely fine with this. There's not going to be any problems here. So he goes down to Vaporeon. I'm like, what is Vaporeon going to do to me? I guess I'm going to Will-O-Wisp it. Like, I know I'm faster, because Listen's not, like, base speed is faster, I believe. And he goes for the Toxic, and I'm like, oh, that's what you're going to do. The Toxicing my wall. That's actually really, really good for you and really bad for me. Alright, so I'm going to switch here, and I go into Stewie Griffin, who's my big-headed Jirachi. And he predicted a switch and went for Toxic, which was a really smart play, but I have the Steel type, so yay me. And now he's going to switch here, as I go for the Body Slam and get hacks number 2, the Insta Pair. But I mean, that's what Jirachi does, so I don't know if that really counts that. Anyways, I do the Iron Head, it doesn't do any damage, and I'm like, I'm just going to U-turn out, because I don't want to, like, fight this thing all the way down if he starts getting, like, Hammer Arm or something. And then he misses his Hammer Arm, which is hacks number 2, 2.5, I don't know. And predicting the Earthquake goes down to Fortress, and this is the definite next hacks, where I get that crit. And I mean, it didn't insta-kill. I think it still would have been a 2-hit KO after, you know, min-max damage, maybe. I don't know. But I kill him in 2 hits. Maybe it would have been 3. I don't know what he would have done anyways. Like, it didn't really matter. I don't even have rocks up, anything. Like, Fortress doesn't matter. Anyways, so he goes to Swampert, and I'm going to switch out into my T-Tar. And Swampert has Toxic. And I'm like, why do you have 2 Pokemon with Toxic? Just kind of curious why. That seems like a terrible idea. So then, next hacks, he gets the Flinch, which is, you know, good for him. A little hacks back against me. And I'm like, alright, I'm going to switch out here because I predict the Waterfall, and I'm going into Verzian. And he roars me back into my Toxic guy. And I'm like, alright, I'm going to keep doing this because it doesn't really affect me. You don't have rocks up yet, so whatever. So this time, I guess he thought I was going to stay, so he went for the Waterfall, and it hits my Verzian. Does decent damage for being resisted. I was kind of impressed. So he goes for the Protect just to see what I'm going to do, and I go for the Giga Drain. I really didn't know Swamperts could get Protect. Had I known that, I probably would have Calm Minded, but whatever. So I taunt, you know, wanting him to not be able to roar or do anything, and he switches into Machamp, which is not really a bad thing, but not really a good thing. I'm like, I don't really want to risk my Verzian dying right now. So I go back onto Mustachio as he goes for the Ice Punch, and I'm like, oh, you have Ice Punch too. And then Cursed Body again, like, the hacks are just rocking out. My Cursed Body's kicking in everywhere. I got a crit. He's missing a Hammer Arm. Like, it's getting all over the place. He did get that Flinch, but that doesn't really make up for it. Anyways, so he goes into Metagross as I switch out into Don Corleone, making an awesome prediction that something was going to come in to get Earthquaked. And that is what happens. So that's a dead Metagross. Donphin with 2 kills so far. I'm like, yeah. And now he brings in Vaporeon, and I'm like, time to go back into Stewie, because Toxic is coming. Awesome prediction. Everything is getting Toxic. So, when in doubt, go into Stewie. That's my new rule against Toxic teams. So I go for the Body Slam to see what kind of damage we're looking at, and I get a crit! And he gets a Wish. And I'm like, I really can't bank on another crit, but I will try it. Like, I will try to kill you. But of course, he does have Protect. Like, I was hoping maybe he didn't and he would Surf, but he was smart and protected and got his little leftovers and Wish back up, and he's, you know, about 2/3, a little over half after the burn. So now I'm going to Wish here, and he's going to Wish because he wants to get to full. And I predict him to Protect because that's the smart play here. But he obviously knows I'm going to switch, and I switch instead of U-turning. And I go down to Gold Bond, and he gets the Surf, and I'm like, whatever. Special Defense Raise is awesome on Tyranitar. So I get my Wish off, and he gets his Wish off. And we're basically at the same point. Like, I think he's a little better off, you know, because I'm Toxic, but whatever. I just want to set up my rocks at this point, because that don't have rocks up, and I feel like they would be useful against his team, and Tyranitar's gonna die anyways, so I just set up Stealth Rocks, and let the Toxic kind of, you know, start to finish me off. So I figure Rocks, Burns, Sandstorm, you know, all this, like, I'm just gonna whittle this Pokemon down. So I have 61 hit points, and I'm like, he's probably gonna kill me, but he doesn't. He goes for the Wish, as I go for the Crunch. And I'm like, okay. Maybe he thinks Toxic is gonna kill me, so it doesn't matter, so he can just Wish up. Like, that would probably be a fairly smart play. But I live with 11. And I should have just left him in the die, but I switch out into Rapid Grass, and he goes for the Surf. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, it didn't really matter because it doesn't kill me. It, you know, takes me about half. And he gets the crit, so, you know, a few more hacks there. Like, just, like I said, hacks everywhere. Hacks, 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 hacks. Anyways, he gets his Wish, brings him back up to about half after the burn. And I'm like, alright, I just need to Giga Drain something. And I'm Life Orb, so I'm going to do a crap ton. And apparently Machamp has no special defense, so I just suck up all that life. After Life Orb, I'm, you know, still better off than I was. Still better off even after Sandstorm. Oh, that's pretty nice. So, I know that Primeapes can be Scarfed, and I know that they have U-Turn, and I'm just like, nope, we're going to go out with something that can resist that. So I got him a Donphin, and I'm like, fuck your Scarf. And then he goes down to Swampert, and I'm like, well, fuck my Donphin, because I got jack shit to do. So I switch back out, and predicting the Toxic, once again, into Stewie. You see how this works? Like, Toxic, but anyways. So he switches out here. As I go for the Body Slam, because, you know, I was just hoping maybe he'd stay in and let me paralyze this guy, but he doesn't, and it's whatever. So this guy's, now he's at low enough health that even if he wishes, the burn will take him down, so he just lets me kill him with an Iron Head, and I get a crit, because, you know, that was really necessary right then. So, since I predicted this thing to be Scarfed and not Banded, I stay in, and Close Combat does maybe a third, so I really am not, like, I really don't care. So I wish here. And I was thinking that maybe he would predict me to switch out. So I stayed in and went for the Body Slam, knowing that I could take another Close Combat and that, you know, it would heal me up, and then I could Wish and switch out later into Verzane, because I'm trying to get some Verzane health. And at this point, he's just like, this sucks. And he's like really unhappy because I get another crit. No, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm really hoping for the Prowl Stacks, and I'm not getting them there. So he was just like, fuck it, I lose. And I was like, okay. So he ran. But yeah, that's the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's kind of quick, and I know he still had Primeape and Swampert left. Yeah, so I mean, he probably couldn't have taken my team. I'd only lost Tyranitar, but yeah. Anyways, that's a fun battle. We'll have some UU matches coming up, I think. And then I'm going to try to find a place to get some battles, because other than SMP Stream, I think the xats are dead. If somebody has a recommendation for where I can get a good battle, then let me know. And I will see you guys next time. Later.